And here we go again. Doing my favorite thing in the world that I know eventually is gonna get me everything I don't want. For the love of humanity. Oh my goodness. Anyways, I haven't watched. I'm just trying to talk to God all day. I've been like, please God, give me the strength to continue. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't like this is hard, God. And then so I got it on this Candace thing, and I'm looking over when what's that guy's name? Basketball player, played for the Nets. Anyways, he got in big trouble for sharing a documentary on one of his social medias that Jeff Bezos provides, and apparently it hurt some feelings and people didn't like it or whatever. And like the list of demands for him to get his job back are amazing. Issue an apology for posting a link to the movie on October 7th, condemn the harmful false content, and make clear he does not have any Jewish beliefs. Like he should I tell the truth. Shouldn't force somebody to tell the truth, but I think he came out and said, "I don't have any hate towards anybody." It was part of a documentary. I didn't even watch the whole thing, and I recommended it on my thing. And the second one was complete anti-hate causes that Irving and the Nets and the Anti-Defamation League agree upon in their joint release on November 2nd, including a $500,000 donation towards a cause and organizations that work to eradicate hate and intolerance in the communities. This sounds more like a dictation on, hey, you're not allowed to like, if you're gonna play basketball, you gotta play by the rules, buddy. You can't form your own opinions or anything, or even talk or say how you feel. This is what you're gonna do. This is a good one. Complete sensitivity training created by the Nets. I don't know, man. I don't know. Do you guys want your athletes going through sensitivity training? Do you want your athletes all soft and considering each other's feelings out on the field or court or whatever? I don't know. Like, there's a whole list of them. You should watch Candace, you guys. Um, complete anti-Semitic, anti-hate training designed by the Nets. Meet with representatives Anti-Defamation League, as well as Jewish community leaders in Brooklyn. But hey, if he was a black person and 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 wanted to say something bad about white people, that's all okay. You can say whatever you want. Don't say nothing about that religious group. But hey, if you guys want, go after Christians all you want. That Jesus guy, he's he's there. Do as you will. You know what I mean? That's what I think. Uh, After completing 1 to 5, meet with some chill guy and lead franchise officials and demonstrate the lessons learned and the gravity of harm used in this issue. These Satanists as fucktards, they sure are sensitive, eh? Holy crap. Hey, if you do something we don't like, we can call it hate and we can fuck your job. So this is the list of shit you gotta do. It's like I tell you guys, I'm scared to go get a psychologist, and I should because I just wanted from the whole time someone to talk to. But when the team of psychologists that run Canada, they're they're making Jordan Peterson do this sort of stuff. He has to do training because he has his own mind, and that scares me. I don't I start saying God again and stuff like that, and I'm gonna get hospitalized and especially when I say, hey, I don't know. I worry. You know why? That 50-year-old man that believes he can be a 13-year-old girl, he's part of the psychiatric division in some university, one of the top universities. That scares me that I think that somebody mentally ill is part of what should be dictated, that the human mind, what should be acceptable, what shouldn't, but I don't know, like, this is a whole lotta weird anyways. I know what else I wanted to show you guys. This kinda irks me, and I really wanna do know your guys' thoughts. What are we supposed to believe? This is the same guy who told us fucking, he got tied up and he had to watch elites hurt children. Why does no one question this guy? Is it to make Christians look like a bunch of when truth tellers actually tell shit, or they try and show where they get the information that they're ignored because they're showing how nuts people are, right? Like like, I met Jesus. Do you guys wanna meet Jesus? I met Jesus. Do you guys get it? Like, it says a whole lot there about if you're going through the park, you're Satan like, I know old people who used to go through the park to go watch children play. I didn't think it was satanic or nothing. They go enjoy the park while the kids were playing in it. I don't know, like, not everybody's a sicko, bud, you know what I mean? But I like, he just seems to ramble on a whole lot about this, and no really no solutions. The Holy Spirit. Some of that stuff makes sense, but I mean, if Tyler here was Jesus, he throws that F he hates gay people. Oh, he hates them. He's like, he's already sent them to hell. If he's Jesus, they're Dunskies. Tyler's never thought, hey, you know what I mean? It's my job as Jesus. If I think being gay is a sin, to try and bring those people to God. I mean, are they hurting anybody? Have you ever had to live in their heads, Tyler? You know what I mean? Have you ever had homosexual thoughts? If you don't understand them, how can you judge them? It's Tyler's job to take these people to inspire them to be loving and be kind and inspire them to find God, and then it's up to them. Are they homosexual with God? And I think that's between them and God, but all you can do is try to inspire people to be better, you know what I mean? Because once you have this fear of God in you, you know it. It's not like they tell you. I don't know, for me, it's not like having ruby red shoes and you just click them together. It's more like, "Fuck, I wanna go home. I wanna fucking go home. Fucking can't stand it here. This is a fucking sea of stupidity. What is going on?" Oh, man. You guys ever think that maybe mysticism and yeah, I can see a vintage. I wanna show you something vintage. This is really disturbing. Actually, like, I don't know how to take this from Shoddy. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, I guess you can't. We got no sound. I don't know. The worst thought thing. Okay. Shoddy McLovin, he sent me this. I don't know what to think of it. Shoddy Shoddy throwing shots is or Shoddy thinking about joining Jesus, Team Big. Team fucking Shotty gets out of this matrix too. He's like, spend time with the mad ones, the ones who question, the ones who create, the ones with genius, and instantly that both sides scares and delights. I don't know. I'm vintage. I've never blocked anybody. I've never blocked a person. But anyway, I think I shared it or I'll share it anyways. You guys let me know what you think. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty cool actually. But vintage, you know what? I was over on Wade's channel and I don't know why. Some told me to go over there. I started typing in. He must already had it planned. Well, I must be getting to him. He knows he's a fucking liar and he's still trying to talk himself out of it. It's ridiculous. It's completely hey, I gave him the opportunity. He wasn't there when I said to be there, and, well, I'm not talking to him. That's his problem. Like, how hard is it to say, "Hey, I got it from this person." Hey, go into the comments and say, like, "Hey, bud, we could talk this way or that way," or anything like that. No, none of that shit. He's just like, "Hey, man, I gave you your opportunity." And I didn't even tag you when I said it. He's such an idiot. Like, just let it go, Wade. Fuck, I watched it happen, bud. I watched Rusty corral you into a conversation that you completely made up. Fuck. And bud, hey, you wanna tell everybody, "Oh, I was looking all crazy and all out of control," and well, please show those videos where I was out of control. Where, hey, I was, like, trying to prove that fucking Upchurch wasn't chosen, but I was coming up with the conclusion that he was, so I was asking you fuck faces for help the whole time. You know what I mean? "Hey, Pat, how's it going? You got a minute?" You know, like, why do humans hold on to things that they shouldn't hold on to? Could you imagine vintage? Like I said, I don't know anything. That's when you're wise, you know, you don't know if there's hell. All the information here came from man. We don't know. But I don't know. Wade says that he does, and I'm just thinking like, you're fucking stupid. He shows a clip of me fucking mocking what Wade said, like a very short clip. Like, but this goes way back. The video you played is like from this month, mocking you. But you kept it so short because you wanna look make me look like a crazy person. 'Cause you just can't help yourself. Well, buddy, there's no running, there's no hiding from the truth. And you find out there's God, Wade. I fuck should I laugh at you, Wade, or should I cry for you? Because like, I've cried for you a lot, and I'm freaking pretty much done. Your stupidity has gone way out of control. That's why I think you know what I mean? They say, "Hey, God can't be a loving God if he's gonna just hurt so many people," you know what I mean? Is it fair for us to keep hurting God and just over and over and over and over and over again without having some sort of punishment? Like, "Hey, Wade, when you lie about me, you're lying about God." I'm so excited, bud. Listen, we're supposed to look at each other that way, you know what I mean? Hey, if you lie about Johnny Dagmar, even if he is a big tool, dude, I don't think you're doing well with God. You know what I mean? pure wantingness to wanna fucking destroy people isn't gonna get you far, but you keep playing the game you wanna play. Keep talking like they're doing like a church sermon over there right now. How ridiculous is that? How do you like, that's a slap in the face to God, him and Sieper, like good men running operating a church. Fucking cultist fucking upchurch. Oh, vintage, I don't get it. I don't get it. When I say I don't lie, I don't lie. But when I have to lie, I come on here and say, "Hey, I had to lie. I had to protect myself." I know better than anybody else. I couldn't afford it, but I wasn't hurting anybody with my lies. Only myself. "Hey, take responsibility for this." Well, no, there's a video and the fucking thing doesn't match, and can I have some time? I fucking need to get a lawyer or something, or someone to help me because I got this problem called the truth, and I fucking blurt it out, and I'm gonna get myself in trouble here, especially seeing that you called this fucking judge your majesty, and I can't get down with that because he's an arrogant fucking cunt, and if I continue, I'm gonna tell him that. Who wants to be called your majesty? What kind of fucking cocksucker wants to fucking belittle men and call himself better than a man? What fucking loser would want that? It's the devil. The devil. He's a fucking loser. He wants to be fucking serviced and fucking bowed down to and his ass kissed and that's what I mean. Hey, vintage, I went through that thing here. Oh, I'm gonna do it again. I don't think I did it very well. I'm doing a lot of reading and it fucking hurts my brain. Like really bad. It's Corinthians 12:9. And he said to me, and this is Jesus talking, my grace is significant for you, for my strength is made perfect in your weakness. Why do people not get it? Hey, we are weak, but if you let Jesus in, he'll make you strong. That doesn't mean sit back and let Jesus do all the work. He's not here. He put you here to do the work. Hey, you're supposed to stand up and say, hey, I think that's wrong. Hey, what is going on? Hey, men, men, any men out there listening? Listen, we should be protecting women. I'm gonna try and pull something up, and hope you guys can hear it because it's fucking really disturbing to me that this is the world that I have to live in, complete and utter weakness to do the right things. And if we don't know that these things are the right things to do, I don't know. Like, you guys better ask yourself what we God think that this is right. Should I allow this? Should I keep my mouth shut when fuck my children are in trouble and I look like an idiot in God's eyes, so fuck, maybe I might wanna get right because he did give us these children and we do love them and wanna protect them. If someone came into our home, we'd fucking for surely protect them. We'd die for them. But we won't when the people who are supposed to be protecting us fucking wanna hurt us. We don't think that we have the right to ask questions. Like, that's why it's so important for me. Like, Wade wants to run around saying I'm mentally fucking ill and this and that. Shock treatment and all this bullshit. Oh, but it's real. Your government set it up in my country, bud. Go check it out. MK Ultra. Your government's a bunch of fucking slime bags, you piece of shit. You know why? Because they got you convinced that you're better than everybody else, and you're not. you're a lying piece of shit. And when you're a lying piece of shit, that means you're lying with Satan. That is your daddy. And the only way not to like, I can't imagine what hell is. I just fucking, I can't, I don't fucking, but vintage, I can't understand what heaven would be neither. You know what I mean? It's hard to comprehend with that hell one. I don't want any part of it. You know what I mean? I think maybe neither of them exist. Just try and do the right things while you're here on earth and not be a fucking loser coward. Call yourself a Christian. These men call themselves Christian. No wonder I won't call myself a Christian. I'm a fucking man of Christ. Men of Christ stand up for what's right and what's truthful and what's righteous. And they always question things. And they also take responsibility if they're wrong because they're willing to have that conversation with people. Scroll up. What? Yeah, MK Ultra. Yeah, they were doing it in Montreal. No, they never did it to me. No, no, that's the thing. Wade ran around and told people I was part of some fucking drug testing thing and fucking all this other shit. Well, then we need to find out, Vintage, if you were part of it, and let's find out. You know what I mean? Over a video you were watching. Well, that's the thing, Vintage. I think that's how they're fucking everybody over right now. Who controls your algorithm? It's not you. If it goes on your For You page, it's not controlled by you. Can you imagine if you had someone all fucked up and you could control what they were looking at all the time and they were made to believe certain things that maybe weren't true? That can fuck with you. That's what I mean, Vintage. When I was going through my thing and I would like this is really hard for me to explain to people. I don't fucking when I started figuring out that fucking humans weren't good and that a whole bunch of people that shouldn't have lied on me lied for some reason, I had a hard time comprehending it. So I started questioning everybody around me, right? Then shit got really bad for me. And it drove me crazy because everybody was telling me I was crazy for asking questions. Simple, easy questions. And something snapped in my fucking brain. And before that, God came to me. I've said it on videos before. Right after the fucking shooting star, you're gonna feel like you're going insane, but you're not. You're strong, you can do this. That's when fucking everything went twisted, and I thought anything was possible. Anything. Witches, dragons, fucking and I tried had this fantasy going on with other people, but these other people that were involved, like, this is what I mean, it's all recorded, so I can't fucking lie. It's genius is what it is. God is a genius. If I'm one of his fucking pawns, he's a fucking genius. because I got to see how people go crazy because people around them don't wanna answer questions because 'cause they're trying to figure shit out, and they can't figure it out. It's called narcissism. But this is the thing, the whole time with this thing, I knew in the back of my head it probably wasn't real, but I was to go with it and report it on the internet, you know what I mean? But Vintage, if you go and you pay attention, I cover my ass. I say, "I don't think this stuff is real." But on a side note, maybe I'm mentally ill and maybe I can sell this to get a movie done about somebody who all they wanted to do was help save the world. A little fucking nobody from nowhere with no education, no nothing. Started at the bottom and worked his way up to the top. Like, I can show you how they're breaking people mentally, that hospital thing. It's a travesty. Like, this is the thing, I gotta be honest about everything, right? I'm like, I gotta tell the truth. I was hospitalized 5 fucking times. The 5th time, they tried to take my life away from me for violence and suicide with 0 evidence. I can prove what I say. My brother, on the other hand, who threatened officers, whole police offices, threatened it, threatened to kill himself, all sorts of fucking shit all the time. Thought everything was fucking, like, mic'd up and fucking he's going and nothing. They kept him in the hospital for 1 day because he was so fucked up, they had to sedate him, so once he, came out of sedation, they fucking let him walk. Can you believe that, Vintage? Like, they got a lot of explaining to do when I tell my story, like, "Hey, doc, you knew why I this is the problem, Vintage." When I look back, my biggest mistake was trying to go get help. That's where I fucked up. You admit that you're having problems, and then there's nothing you can do. Like, if you don't have that against you, at least there has to be proof about violence and suicide before they can take you in, right? But hey, if you admit it, and then your doctor holds you against your will because the people who had you convinced to hurt yourself, well, they got you put back in the hospital because you were telling their secrets. Listen, message, I don't trust anything anymore. I don't know what the fuck is real. Like, I think it's a blessing. I didn't take care of my teeth as well as I should have, you know what I mean? Maybe that fluoride is the real problem in humanity. I don't know. But it's not like I don't brush my teeth because I do. They're just shit. I don't know. I'm scared of the dentist too. I'm like, I don't know. Like, if the fluoride's no good, what else are they doing? Is it not good? But then, you know what I mean? I look at my poor dog. I have to do my dog pills or he has these seizures and I fucking hate it and it scares me. And what if I give him the pills? He doesn't have the seizures anymore. So, like, there's gotta be some good stuff out there. Can we find out the truth? Because it's all sorts fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, when you can't believe the moon landing and you know that fucking NASA was not only Satanists, but Yazis and it's like and you know that your FBI is as corrupt as a motherfucker. At least 52 of them that signed off on that laptop. For surely, for surely, for surely. And, well, Christopher Wray doesn't wanna answer any questions. I was gonna talk about my buddy Tyler. I found Jesus, but, like, how do you think God wants us to deal with gay people there? Vintage? Just treat them like everybody else, I would think, right? Hey, come find God with us. Find out what the truth is, and only you can do that. You know what I mean? But these Christians are just, hey, King James. If they only knew. King James liked her up the poo too. So rumor has it. He also had another book made up too. You should check out All on Your Own, is what that one was. Question. Vintage. Like these people who say they took out all those other books for the betterment of the Bible, right? Well, isn't that what the government tells us now? They take things away from us and tell us for our betterment. I'm not supposed to believe that maybe the Gospel of Thomas is the way to get Jesus, you know what I mean? I mean, the Bible tells you that it's that way, but it's just harder to pick up on. But it's there. It's there. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's like let Jesus in, he'll be your everything, but the world's gonna hate you because you're gonna have to move like Jesus would move. It didn't like him, and it's not gonna like you. You know what? Before I hope it doesn't fall where I put it. Gosh. I'm gonna try and show you something. Because this really disturbs me. I wanted this to go better and flow. I gotta figure out a way to. There's my shoddy thing. So, man, like, should we allow this? Like, why do we have to allow women to give up their dreams for men who want to play fantasy time? Is there a time where we have to stand up and say, "Hey, you're not gonna take our little girl's dreams from us, from them." Like, you're just not allowed. But here's the deal. I'll show you something. It's even well, where is it? Like, you would think, like, this is just me. If you hold the truth, if this why wouldn't they talk to the reporter? Why wouldn't they stand their ground and say what they have to say? But they won't. They walk around way like little chicken shits. Get behind a keyboard or get behind the police. The police, like, this is satanic. How can we let women how can you let there's a woman on here. I asked you guys to go check this out because there's a woman on here and she's like, all good. I got no problems. I got no problems. I'd like it. I'd like it. I don't get it. Oh yeah, I can't right here. Well, that's the thing. Nobody's fighting for anything anymore except against each other. If we have to come together for something, no way. It ain't gonna happen. We like to hate too much. It's like if you feel like you're better than somebody else, then you're satisfied with your life, I guess. You know what I mean? Kind of working together to make everybody's life better. And do you think fucking Wade's really living a good life? Do you think Seeper has 2 bars? Do you think it would be so hard for Seeper to go in with the video camera with it into his bars and and say like, "Hey, look it. Why do we have to make up fake lives?" Or be so like, I don't get it. Because that what social media is supposed to be like, showing who you are, and nobody's showing who they are. Everybody's showing a version of what they think everybody wants them to be. Like, I'll tell you, Vintage, I don't know. I hope you're not one of them, but there's a lot of women just looking for attention on social media. Just like, how low do you gotta feel to it's men too. I'm sorry, I'm not just gonna say women. It's fucking probably worse for 'em. It's probably worse. There's more men out there fucking clamoring for attention than there are women. I don't know if we didn't feel like our parents loved us enough or what we gotta do is figure out what's wrong with us, but fuck, we need to start loving ourselves. Having a little bit of self-respect, but I don't know. That's just me being in Jesus, and those are just my thoughts. But hey, I implore everybody to go try to find Jesus their own way. Find out what they think. If you find God, I don't know, do you feel necessary to just go on a video and show your tatas? Like, whoever watches these people, like, I watched the thing. There's this woman that gets like hundreds of thousands of views for fucking showing a little bit of cleavage and fucking making salads. Like, who gives their life away for that? Like, that's time better well spent, you would think, but I don't know. I'd like to get the world to change and then maybe just throw my phone away or something. I don't want I don't wanna know what the real world is anymore. But then again, I really don't know. I suspect. I want questions answered so I don't have to feel like I'm fucking going mental. Oh, can't give up now. Vintage, do you know something? I thought almost every day for so long, this is gonna end. Tonight when I go to sleep and when I wake up in the morning, something's gonna happen, so it's all gonna work out, and fuck. Like, here we are, like, or what is it? Maybe almost I lose track of time. It might even be 5 years now. It's like, I know why though, you know what I mean, vintage? You can't go to war if you're not a warrior. You know what I mean? I would like to thank my little buddy, little me, little Wade, little Seifer, Ryan Upchurch, his whole clan of merry men, and Troy Solinger, Michael Della Rocha, Dr. Poku, Dr. Shit after him. Thank my family. I'd like to thank the whole establishment that has surrounded itself with me to make me a better man and the man I am today. And thank you for bringing me to God and realizing that, well, never give up. Never give up. If I can do it, you can do it. It's so hilarious when I look back. The odds were stacked against me, but it's been a mind fuck. It has been fuck. You watched your dad fight. I watched my dad fight before too. Mom didn't work out, and that shouldn't be funny, should it? No, it shouldn't. Fucking pisses me off, but hey, this is the world we're in today. That man would never admit it. He's a waiter. He would not admit it, even if it meant hell, I think. I think he'd die just not admitting the truth. Just I'll never admit it. Oh, stay alive. I'm sorry, vintage. With psoriasis. Yeah, the liver. That's that's the thing. Like when you gotta question everything now, you know what I mean? Like they never gave me a reason why my mom went into the hospital and fucking all of a sudden she's dead. Like, hey, no signs of nothing. No real reason. No fucking she'd been in the hospital 3 times before she fucking died, asking and begging for help. Tell them there was something wrong. And they kept sending her fucking home. Nobody can tell you you're a bad person, vintage. Nobody. You got to decide that for yourself. And if you don't think you're a bad person, you're not a bad person. Usually, bad people need to make sure that they feel like they're the good ones. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of people like that. Oh shit! I gotta go. I gotta go. I just talked about pills and my dog.